Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Now, it's been a little while since I've recorded. A lot of stuff has happened since I last uploaded. I think it's been like a month now, which I know is really bad and I'm sorry. I've had reasons for not uploading, I'm not going to go into them, but I just wanted to record something today because it has been a while, and you know, I've been doing things on the side which I wanted to show you guys on Conquest Reforged, as you can see on the screen here. Now, there are some changes. Number one, you can actually see me, and that's mainly because I've got into streaming. So on my Twitch channel, I tend to stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday from 7:30 or 7:30 UK time. Now, I tend to stream Conquest Reforged, Minecraft. Now, in those, I tend to do building and stuff like that, and I like to, you know, discuss building techniques and stuff with the audience. So if that's something you're interested in watching, and you know, you want to, you know, I don't know, speak to me, I guess, or you know, offer contributions or whatever, then feel free to drop by one of my streams. It's all linked down below. Always has been. So you know, if you need a link to there, then yeah, it's all down below. But yeah, so webcam. So that's a thing. Is it going to be on every video? No. Did I feel like doing it today? Yes, because why not? So yeah. So the idea of today's video is I'm basically going to take you guys through my repository. Now, my repository is a flat world I've been working on, which contains literally everything, pretty much everything I've made in Conquest Reforged so far in 1.15.2. Now, I've moved away from 1.12 because I love 1.15 version of Conquest Reforged. I like what it offers. I like the new building materials, etc., and the new stuff you can do. So the whole point of this video is to just basically go through and show you guys what I've been working on and why I haven't really uploaded in like a month, because it's been a while and I haven't really, other than Twitter posts, I haven't really spoke a lot about you know, what I've been up to. And one last thing before we get into this, I've been recording my streams, so I have them as VODs on Twitch, and I've downloaded them. So I was just wondering if you guys would be interested in me re-uploading those onto YouTube so that you guys can watch them on here, as opposed to going to Twitch and, you know, checking them out there. You know, that's something I was just interested in. I wanted you guys' feedback before I invest in re-uploading those, because obviously they're like 2-hour, 1-hour streams, and those take a long time to upload and such. So I just wanted your guys' feedback on that. So if you're interested, let me know down below. Anyway, so let's get into the repository here. So I wanted to show you guys everything I've done. So I'm going to talk through kind of what's a work in progress, you know, what I've done. A lot of this stuff you might have seen on Twitter already, which is totally cool, but I just wanted to kind of fill things out and discuss it when it loads. Okay, so here we are. Now my repository, it's fairly big so far. So I need to get rid of those green screen blocks. There's a fair few things in here, so I just want to take you guys through it. So we'll start off with this massive grid here. This is going to be for more schematics. So obviously we've got loads of trees here. This will be things like rocks, tree stumps, stuff like that, you know, miscellaneous schematics, which I haven't made yet. But I haven't really started on those yet, because it's obviously, you know, if you look at how many categories we've got here and sizes, this will take a long time. You know, these trees here, which we're going to go into now, these took about 2 to 3 days to make. So, you know, that was a massive, well, I wouldn't say massive, it was quite a big undertaking. So with these trees here, what we have is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sizes of trees. So I have sapling, tiny, small, medium, large, and miscellaneous. Now miscellaneous tends to be just more large, but miscellaneous, you know, it could be anything. So what I've done here is I have multiple different types of trees along here, and then I have the sizes along this axis here, as well as the different materials. So for example, this first one here is birch, so we have kind of 3 sapling size. Then we have some tiny, then we've got small, medium, and then we've got our large variants here. Now I've done this for a load of different types of trees. So for example, this first one's obviously birch, this one's yellow birch, then we have, I think this is chestnut, yep. Then we have oak, we have red beech, we have normal beech, and then we have normal yellow and red aspen. On the end here we have pine and spruce. Now what I wanted to do is, because we've got loads of different types of vegetation available in Conquest Reforged, I have made autumn variants of these trees. So I have like kind of a yellow and I have like a red here. And again, what I have here is I have, you know, all the different sizes available, including some extra large ones, because I love how they look. So yeah, I basically wanted to create a massive repository of trees, my own trees, as opposed to you know, relying on schematics that are on like Planet Minecraft and stuff. I wanted to have my own available. Not only that, but there aren't that many 1.15.2 schematics available, things like World Painter and Building yet. So yeah, I just gonna have my own little source, so to speak. So yeah, I got loads of trees here. Yeah, pretty happy with these. Took a long time, but it was worth it. So we'll come over here next. So this is the build palette grid, I guess you could say. So this is where I put a bunch of different palettes together. I've kind of categorized them depending on size and type. So here we have natural rock, for example. So we have things like granite, schist, or however you pronounce that, andesite, chalk, red granite, whatever that is, serpentine or whatever, snowy granite, rough marble, etc. So we have loads of different types. They're all the same size, they're just massive slabs, and that's to give an idea of like how the palette and gradient would look. So obviously we have the natural rock here. That one's pretty simple, but then we have more kind of what would the word be, more complex gradients and palettes here. So we have like creamy / light tone rocks. This one in particular I love. I think this looks great. But we also have things like this which look good as well. We have loads of different types here. I'd like to give a massive kind of thank you to Red Ranger, yeah, definitely Red Ranger, who basically let me look at a bunch of palettes they have made. And while I haven't directly copied palettes, a lot of these I made up myself. They might be similar. It was a great inspiration in terms of, you know, coming out with palettes with this new array of blocks, which I haven't used before. Because, you know, if we look in here, like cobble and brick, for example, we have just so many different materials available. You know, and go to like stone here, again, so many different blocks. So that was a massive help, so thank you very much. Again, so we have loads of different categories here, including like miscellaneous here, which is essentially plaster variants here. So we've got loads of different types here as well. Okay, next we have the biggest and probably the most interesting of the grids, and that is the build grid. Now, this has pretty much every single build I've made in Conquest Reforged so far, to a degree. Obviously it doesn't have the 1.12 ones because those are on an older version of Conquest Reforged. I still have the schematics, I just haven't copied them over yet. Whether or not they end up messed up due to changes in blocks, I don't know. But what I do is I thought I'd take you guys through each of these builds, you know, at a fairly fast pace, because I want this video to be around 10 minutes ish. Yeah, you know, just so you guys don't get bored. So this is the first house I made in Conquest Reforged 1.12.2. It has a nice little garden exterior. We've got logs, we've got game that's been kind of hung up, then we've got like a basic interior. Now this is before I really got into using the beam variants, so the beams in here are a little bit, well, they're rubbish. Not very good, but you get an idea for interior here. So moving on, we have the next house, and this one I absolutely love. It's rather compact on the exterior, but I just love how it came out. So we have a nice little kind of cute garden here. Again, logs. The beams again aren't so good. The interior is kind of similar, but obviously it's slightly larger. Then we have kind of a couple longhouse variants. I don't think I did interiors. No, I did do the interiors for these. So again, these have quite basic interiors, and this is where I started to really bring in beam work and kind of making the beams look more realistic as to how they would have been at the time. So here we have some kind of quote-unquote poorer houses, I guess. These ones aren't as accurate. Those are more, these two here are more accurate in terms of the design. But again, these have quite simple interiors. I think this is one, yeah, this is the one with like a sunken interior, which I love. You don't tend to see this kind of thing, but I think it came out really well. Now this variant is literally just a diagonal variant of that one, so I'm not going to go into that, but this is a more realistic representation of the kind of the scale of these houses, because obviously the thatch would have been quite heavy, so they would not have been that tall, not without kind of logs supporting, like you see on this house here, where you've kind of got logs supporting the base, and then it's kind of wicker above. Okay, so next up we have kind of like an outside blacksmith area. Now this would probably be near a house or next to a building. However, I wanted to build a standalone kind of build of it, just to get an idea of how I would, you know, go about building it. Like if I was to do a blacksmith. So as you can see, I've used like the step blocks here to get a nice roof shape, and the beams as well, which I really love. Here we have just like a really simple, like kind of a hut. So you can imagine they would probably, you know, stack like manure or something like that underneath the hut here, or logs or something. Here we have a different variant of like one of those poorer houses. So it has kind of birch log as opposed to just, you know, wicker and spruce log. Really happy with how this came out. It's very simple, but I love it. Next up we have kind of market stalls and tents. So these are kind of some market stall designs I came up with. They're very basic, you know, just kind of like proof of concept kind of deal, using like rustic fences and also using different rock variants to get different colors in terms of fabric. Obviously with Conquest Reforged we have the different wool variants, and we have loads of different shaped blocks for this. But I wanted to kind of get more of a weathered white, because obviously not all cloth in medieval times would have just been, you know, oh, nice white, you know, it would have been weathered and dirty sometimes. So I wanted to get that look with using the tough slabs, or light tough. Next up we kind of have a few variants of like a kind of cone shaped tent. Now this was really hard to build, I'm not gonna lie. It was a massive pain, spent ages on stream trying to get this right. And I think it came out well. You know, I'm by no means like, I think it's going to be one of those things where I'm never 100% satisfied with it, but I'm still very happy with how it came out. So again, these are just the same kind of variants here. And next up we have kind of like some tournament tents, so these are just kind of basic small tents here. And then we have like a very small kind of circular tent here, a bit like that one, but smaller, which I really like how this came out. Yeah, I think this came out really good. Probably more size appropriate, to be honest. Now, we do have a castle there, but I think I'll save that to last. Actually, no, I'll go into it now. So here's like a castle mock-up I built. It's very simple. So we kind of have the gatehouse, we have a couple towers, then we have the keep. The gatehouse is fully furnished, although it might be bugged out because steps were removed in a recent version. And then like the steps kind of disappeared, so that's why you kind of see missing steps here. But if we go into here, you can kind of see... oh, if I can get into here. Hello, there we go. So yeah, steps are missing, but you kind of get an idea. I built like an interior kind of mechanism for this, which was quite hard, but it worked out well. I'm very happy with it. Just ignore the fact there's missing stairs. So next up we have the different, so we have some towers here. So this is kind of like a smaller tower, which I really am happy with. Then we have this gatehouse, which I used for the castle, only this one is a lot taller. So this was inspired by kind of like that main tower you see in the upper castle in Rattay in Kingdom Come Deliverance, which I really love the look of. It's kind of different, obviously, but you know, I kind of tried to capture the same kind of, what would the word be? Same kind of scale-ish. Here we have like a wall cutout. So this is basically a section of the wall which I used over there, and I just wanted to kind of create a design that I could work with and use everywhere, and I think it worked out quite well. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly get rid of this, because we don't want a load of green screen while I'm doing this, so give me a second. There we go. Cool, so I got rid of the green screen, so now we can go through the rest of these buildings. So here we have kind of a building took inspiration from the bakery in Kingdom Come. So I think it's Teresa's uncle's bakery, the one you go to after, well, a certain part in the story, no spoilers, but it was inspired by that, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So this one's got a fairly basic interior. It was kind of tricky to do interior on because it's the first time I've built a diagonal building using this style, but I think it turned out well. Okay, so next up we have oh yeah, there's also an exterior as well, so I wanted like a manure heap in the back and stuff, which I really liked how that came out. Oh yeah, okay, so here's a better look at that mechanism from the gatehouse earlier. And there's like a early draft of it, that's more of a basic version. Here we have like kind of a cliff variant, like a tough cliff or like a sandstony one I made, or a mudstone. Now we have a charcoal burners, so obviously you have like kind of the clay heaps with the charcoal inside. Then we have another house. This one has like a larger exterior garden, which I'm really happy with. The interior is quite nice as well. It's quite different to what I normally do, but I love how this turned out. I think it's really good. Also the beams as well. Doing the diagonal beams was tricky, but it was really fun to do, you know, regardless. Let's see. Oh, okay, so this is the house that I built on stream literally this week. It was very simple. Wanted to use some different materials, so we brought in like the slate mortar here. It's got very similar details to other houses that I've built. Again, you've got the beamwork, and then you've got nice living space in the back here, hanging herbs and such, including a new lovely like carpenter's chest model, which came out in a recent update for 1.15.2 CR, which I love. I think it looks great. Obviously, you have smoke coming out the sides, where the there's holes in the thing for the smoke to come out. And here we have the last build, which is the inn. This was inspired by the inn at Scallett's, so I wanted to kind of capture that underground cellar kind of area here with a storage, you know, compartment, which I think really came out quite well. Oh, can I get out of here? Yeah, I can. Then we have like kind of the seating area outside. I really wanted to have like kind of some sort of grand tree here, and I love how this came out. I think, you know, I used one of the trees from the repository, and I think the scale is perfect. Okay, and next here we have just an exterior barn. I didn't really do much in the way of interiors for this. I was kind of a bit iffy about this build. I was, you know, some parts I liked, some parts I didn't like. This roof was painful, to say the least. It was not enjoyable, you know, but it was still a fun build, and you know, it was fun. And then here we have a couple path variants here, which I use for builds and stuff, which look alright. Okay, so that's pretty much it in terms of the repository. You know, I was thinking I might do a couple, you know, some update videos in the future when I've added more to this. But yeah, I just really wanted to kind of record a video today for you guys, because it has been a while, and I wanted to, you know, notify you guys about what's been going on and stuff. So yeah, I really hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends. Discord link is down below if you want to talk to me, join the community. As well as that, obviously, as I plugged at the start of the video, I've got my Twitch channel, so there's a link down below for that. Drop a follow. Stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 7 UK time, or at least I try to. If I don't, you know, go live on, say, a Wednesday, I tend to go live at some point during the week. It's just sometimes things come up and I can't stream. But yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.